Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to count down 3 different ways to use an invisible deck of playing cards, so grab your deck and let's get started. Alright, in this video I'm going to assume that you guys all know what an invisible deck of playing cards is, so I'm not going to waste your time going over what it is, and I'm not going to teach you how to use this. So if you're curious about this, maybe do some research, go on your browser and type in invisible deck of playing cards and you will get a lot of results. And if you're done, come back to this video right away because you will learn so much more, okay? Now, obviously, the very first method is the trick itself. And since this is such an obvious one, it's a given, I'm not going to count this as my top 3 ways of doing this. So we're going to count down from 4, okay? So number 4, the trick itself, again, it's a fantastic trick. It's so powerful that you don't need to have any modifications to this trick, okay? And if you guys don't know how this trick works, I can go over it really quick. So you give this deck, the invisible deck of playing cards, you give to them and you get the spectators to sandwich it between their hands. And what you're going to do is you're going to tell them that, tell them to imagine a deck of playing cards, not that one, but an imaginary one. And they're going to open the playing cards, get the ad cards away, lose all the jokers, so they're only left with 52 playing cards. Once they have done that, they can shuffle it as much as they want to, and then they're going to pick one card out and place it face down while all the cards are facing up. So that if you give it a shuffle and shuffle and shuffles after shuffles, that card will be marked and it will be facing down from the start to the end. And then what you're going to do is you're going to ask them, if that was true, what card would that be? And let's say for this example, they said 8 of clubs. Now, at this point in your mind, you're thinking about 8. Okay, 13 minus 8 would be 5, and clubs go with diamonds, so I'm looking for 5 of diamonds. And since 5 is an odd number, we're going to be opening from this side where the jack is from. And then I'm going to look for 5 of diamonds, and here we go. And that should be the 8 of clubs. Okay, so this is the very first method that you can do. Number 3. Alright, for this trick, you do need 2 decks of playing cards, and this trick is called every action has equal and opposite reaction. Yes, it's a phrase that a lot of people know about, so I think it would be a great idea to incorporate the phrase into this trick and use it as a theme. Right? So you get 2 decks of playing cards, of course. This one is the invisible deck of playing cards. This one is normal, so you don't have a rough finish, and all the cards are facing down or facing up, like so, okay? So from here, you're going to use the Magician's Force, I think that's what it's called, and give them the deck of playing cards that are normal. So let's say, all right, I have 2 decks of playing cards, and you go up to the spectator and you ask them, which one do you want to choose? And let's say they chose this one. You're going to say, all right, that's great, here you go. But let's say they chose this one. What you're going to do is, all right, so since you chose this is going to be for me, and you're going to be left with this one, so hold on to this and do whatever you want. See what I did there? Whatever they choose, they're always left with this one, okay? Now, once you have forced this playing cards to them, the normal one, what you're going to do is you're going to tell them to open the cards up like this and give it a quick shuffle, or more than one if they want to, like so, and maybe they want to give it a few cuts like this. Once they've done that, what you're going to do is you're going to take the cards and spread them out like this, and you're going to tell the spectator to randomly grab a card and place it face up. Since it's super random, the spectator is not going to be forced, and they're just going to choose a random card, probably from the middle if they're normal. And let's say in this case they chose the King of Diamonds. Now, in your mind, you're thinking about, okay, King goes with a King, so King of Diamonds, so I'm looking for a King of Clubs, right? And while that's happening, what you're going to do is you're going to explain the phrase every action has equal and opposite reaction. And what you're going to say is that all the cards in here, this playing deck, has cards that are all facing up except one card. And what you're going to do is you're going to perform the trick itself. Open from this side and look for the King of Clubs. As you can see, it's right here, and what you're going to do is you're going to slide it out and take it out like this, and tell them that while all the cards are facing down like this, all the cards in your deck are facing up, and King of Clubs or King of Diamonds is the only card that's facing down. Number 2. Alright, this is a really great trick, and it's super interactive and it's a lot of fun. And this trick varies from time to time depending on how many spectators you have. So let's talk about the very first part first. If you have maybe 1, 2, or 3 spectators, you're going to use this method. What you're going to do is you're going to get the deck out like this and tell one of the spectator to sandwich it like this. While that's happening, what you're going to do is you're going to turn to a different spectator and ask for them to take out their phone. Once they do that, you're going to tell them to dial anyone, dial a random person, or dial someone they know, preferably a friend or family, because we don't want to dial a random person, but it does work as well. And once they pick up, what you're going to do is you're going to tell the spectator to tell their friend to pick a random card in the deck of playing cards, and they're going to say a card, and from there you're going to simply perform the invisible deck routine. Okay, it's really good because this magic occurs not from that certain environment, but it's also involving people who are super random, making this trick more impossible. Okay, now that's the very first method. But let's say if you have maybe 4, 5, or 6, even 10 spectators around you, what you're going to do is you're going to involve every single one of them. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn to the very first spectator and tell them to sandwich the deck of playing cards like so. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn to the second spectator and tell them, alright, so in the deck of playing cards, you have the red cards and the black cards. Which one do you want to choose, right? And once they have done that, what you're going to do is you're going to turn to a third spectator and say, alright, the black cards go into the clubs and spades if the second spectator chose black. But if the second spectator chose red, you're going to say, alright, the red cards go into the hearts and the diamonds, okay? And then tell them to choose a suit. Now, from here, you're going to turn to a fourth spectator, and you get the idea. You're going to ask them, do you guys want the royal cards, which include the jacks, the queens, or the kings, or do you want the number cards, which goes from 1, 2, 3 all the way to the 10? From there, let's say they chose a royal card and a diamond. You're going to turn to a different spectator from here, and you're going to ask them, all right, you have a few choices. Choose whatever you want, and you're going to get a card. Now, if you have another spectator, what I like to do is I usually do this. I go up to them and say, all right, you have the power to overrule every single one of the other people here, and you can choose a random card, a completely random card that you would like to. Often this will get a lot of people to laugh, and it's some kind of a joke sometimes, and a lot of people love this. So probably try that next time and see how it goes, all right? From there, you can you can perform the invisible deck card trick itself, and everyone should be amazed. Number 1. Alright, this is by far my favorite routine that I would like to do if I have an invisible deck of playing cards, and I have actually another deck of playing cards that's completely normal. From here, what you're going to do is you're going to actually force the non-invisible deck to the spectator by using the force that I talked about. It's called the Magician's Force, and you just psychologically force this deck to them, right? From there, what you're going to do is you're actually going to demonstrate what the spectator is supposed to do. So you're going to take all the cards out like so, and show them all the cards are different. And you can even tell the spectator to give it a quick shuffle like so that they're not suspicious or anything like that. Once they have done so, you're going to take the cards and say, all right, what you're going to do in a second is you're going to take a random card that pops out to you, for an example, the Jack of Hearts, and you're going to take it out, place it face down so that all the cards are facing up while one card, the Jack of Hearts, is facing down. And the reason for that is because it marks the card so that if I give it a quick shuffle, the Jack of Hearts should always be facing down like so, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to restore them so that all the cards are facing up, and give the deck inside the card box back to the spectator and tell them to do the same in a second. And what you're going to do is you're going to say that I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to see if we can actually make this happen. And that's why this trick is actually called coincidence, because coincidentally the trick occurs fantastically. So from there, what you're going to do is you're actually going to face away from the spectator, and you guys are going to stand such way that the backs are against each other. That means one guy will be facing that way, the other guy will be facing that way. Okay, so while the spectator does what you told them to do, what you're going to do is you're going to pretend to do the same thing. Obviously, you have an invisible deck of playing cards, so you don't even need to pretend. Actually, you can hold on to it and say, all right, don't peek or anything like that, and just make a joke out of this. Now, once you've done that, you're going to tell the spectator to hand over the deck back to you, in which by then, let's say they flipped over the two of hearts, and let's say they had it in the box. You take it out and you go look it over and say, all right, so you flipped one card out of this, and let's take a look. It is the two of hearts. Great card, but wait for this. And then while that's happening, you're going to think about, all right, Jack plus 2 is 13, so I'm looking for a Jack. And since that's a heart, I'm looking for a spade. So Jack of spades, so I'm going to open this way. Jack of spades this way. Oh shit, this way. Sorry about that. From here, you're going to simply look for the Jack of spades like so. And that is the very last method, and that is the trick. And from there, it's a great coincidence trick, and I'm pretty sure they would love it and they will freak out. So if you guys liked any of these tricks, maybe try them out to your friends and see how it goes, and comment below if you liked it or not. Okay, so that's for it today, and thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.